Slow start, obviously. I think we were still all probably on the bus, but yeah, slow to get going. First 50 minutes, think we're just the discipline wasn't great. Gave them a few panels. Obviously they probably got a lucky enough try. But yeah, we had a chat under the posts and turned things around and yeah, just played our game, played some good stuff, and yeah, it was a pleasing result in the end. Especially after the start.
Okay. Um, Obviously, the last couple of weeks have been pretty tough for all the squad. Um, how do you sort of how do you, as a group, do you sort of get over that? Is it difficult to work your way through that?
Um, yeah, I mean it is. Of course, it is. The couple of days after is still very much so raw for a lot of people. Biggest game of the season, and obviously losing is a big deal. But that's probably the beauty of rugby and the fact we're playing games literally every week is that you can't really have too much time to dwell because you got to shift your focus immediately to what you have the following week, and thankfully we obviously had the game against Connacht to focus on. So yeah, obviously went through the game, reviewed the game, took our learnings from it, and then shift our focus, like I said, to the Connacht game, and yeah, obviously really pleasing that we were able to, put in a good performance and definitely, put a foot in the right direction and get over things as quickly as possible.
The rugby calendar has changed, since you started with Leinster and Ireland with the Lions, the Olympic Sevens, the under-20s Six Nations going right into July, and then it's back to training in August. Is that the future of rugby?
I think so. Like, how do you mean, as in terms of just a longer season or shorter? Or
absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like there's no end to the season.
I know. Yeah. Hard to know, really. Like, there's probably going to become a point where they're going to have to limit the amount of games that players play. I think players can obviously only play a certain amount of seasons without fatiguing or getting more injuries. But it does feel like a long season for sure. Given everything that's gone on, obviously in the past year, longer even, and how disruptive things have been. It's been different. So it's hard to say what it's going to be like in the future, but definitely for lads too who are going on to play play the Lions, it's a long season, but at the same time we're probably lucky here in that we have good strength and depth in our squad. We have a lot of lads who can play at a high level, who can play in the Pro 14, who can play in Europe. So it gives players a chance to to take rest weeks here and there, or maybe just not play a game at the weekend and have a weekend off, which is good for Leinster for sure. But yeah, I think we're probably blessed in like I said, the fact that we do have a big squad and with lots of strength and depth. But I think it probably just feels a bit longer because of COVID, and the way it's been for the last 14 months, pretty much.
Thanks, Dave.
Cheers.
Hi Dave, Gavin Gaze here from the 42.
Hey Gavin, how are you?
You mentioned that when you guys had that chat on the post there, you boys might have been a little bit still on the phone. bus and so on, but you could have been forgiven probably as a squad, maybe you would have forgiven yourselves. But given the events of the previous couple of weeks and just a couple of disappointing results, if heads did drop at that point, and if maybe words fell on deaf ears a little bit, what kind of a conversation is even had in that type of situation? What's said to you by the leaders of the team? How do you pick yourselves up and sort it out so quickly?
Just a couple of things. Like the biggest thing at that time of the game was our discipline was really poor. We kept giving away penalties and we just kept giving the ball to them really. So their attack was good for the first 15 minutes and they played at us and they kept in the game that way. But deep down we know whenever we hold on to the ball and whenever we've possession, we want to score and we have to believe that we will score. And I think if you look at the possession stats too from the game, I'm pretty sure Connacht had a lot of possession, but it's that clinical edge too. I think we know that whenever we all do our jobs and we have ball in hand that we'll be clinical and score. But it just takes everyone to really buy in. And like I said, the discipline thing was probably a switch. And our defence for sure got better too after that. There was definitely far more aggression in there, which was definitely a positive.